Hi gamers, I'm Plant, and welcome to the Random Potato YouTube channel. Has this ever happened to you? You're listening to music on your favorite music streaming service, Spotify, and hit shuffle on a playlist, only for the same 10 songs to show up every time. You're not alone. But now, thanks to the Music Listener 3000, you can... So we've all experienced it, right? Spotify's shuffle algorithm kinda sucks dong. Even my friend, who uses Apple Music, has said to me, every time I get into your car, I hear the same 10 songs, or something like that. And it's not just me, Alana, I promise. This is a well-known problem, but why is it like this? The Spotify shuffle algorithm isn't purely random. Humans are really bad at identifying random, so much so that up until 2014, Spotify had a purely random algorithm, and people complained about it, leading them to change it. How does the Spotify shuffle algorithm actually work, though? According to a random website I found called Make Use Of, when you click shuffle and press play, the algorithm takes songs from the selected playlists, categorizes them by artist, and ensures that songs from the same artist are spread out. So after listening to a song from one artist, you won't hear another from the same artist until about 20 to 30% through the shuffled playlist. This last sentence isn't true, however. I'm not saying the website is lying, I'm saying that Spotify just does a shit job at doing this. I've personally experienced multiple cases of not only the same artist playing 2, 3, or even 4 times in a row, but the same album, and even back-to-back songs on an album. But this is just half the story. Since maybe half the songs on a playlist get played non-stop, that leads to a handful that never get played at all. I'll pretty regularly have a song that comes on that I have completely forgotten was on the playlist I'm listening to. As the website Lifehacker put it, intentionally picking only songs that match each other means that there are plenty of tracks that never see the light of day. So what's the point of all this? This is something we all know about, so why am I making a video about it? Around half a year ago, I decided to do an experiment. I shuffled my main playlist that I listened to at the time 5 times and wrote down the first 50 songs that played. This original experiment was unscientific, to say the least. I didn't write down anywhere how many songs were on the playlist, which songs were left out, or anything of the sort. And I've since added and removed songs from that playlist, so there's no way to find out. So, 2 months later, I decided to run the experiment again with some changes. This video will briefly touch on the results of the original experiment, then go into more detail on the 3 further tests I ran. Like I said before, for the original experiment, I shuffled a playlist 5 times and recorded the first 50 songs that came up. Of that, 24 songs showed up once, 38 showed up twice, 34 showed up 3 times, 11 played 4 times, and 1 song, The Moon Will Sing by the Crane Wives, showed up all 5 times. Which song played 5 times doesn't really matter, I just wanted to say it for fun. These results would be a lot more interesting if I knew how many songs didn't play, but too late now, I guess. Now that the precursor is finished, what are the actual experiments that this video is really about? This time, I made new playlists specifically for these experiments. I made 3, with 100 songs each, in theory. We'll get to that later. The first one was just a random 100 songs off of my main playlist. This is to emulate the average listening experience. For the second one, I got 10 songs each from 10 artists. This was to see how good of a job Spotify would do at splitting up songs by the same artist. The final playlist was an extension of this. I took 10 songs each from 10 albums by different artists. I don't know what I was trying to figure out with this one. All 3 playlists, as well as the spreadsheet I used to document my results, will be linked in the description of this video, if anyone is interested. I shuffled each playlist 10 times and wrote down only the first 15 songs. With a perfect shuffle, this would mean that no song gets left behind, with a little room for error. As we will see, however, this is not the case in practice. Now, on to the first experiment. So remember how I said I added 100 songs to each playlist? I lied. I accidentally added 3 songs twice to the first playlist, so there are only 96 songs. I could have done this entire part of the experiment over again, but I didn't want to. Ignoring my mistake though, this playlist included 97 songs by 35 different artists and 49 different albums. 22 of these artists only had 1 song on the playlist. Of these 22 artists, 4 didn't show up at all. I guess. But anyways, since I got the wrong amount of songs, I calculated the percent of songs that showed up X amount of times. Experiment 1 had 30 songs, 31%, that showed up once, 31, aka 32%, that showed up twice, 12 songs, 12%, that showed up 3 times, 4 songs, 4%, that showed up 4 times, and 19 songs, 20%, that never showed up. What? That doesn't add up to 150? That's because there was 1 song that appeared 6 times. Skipped straight over 5 and went for 6. That song was Catabolic Seed by The Scary Jokes. No wonder everyone complains about Spotify's shuffle all the time. This pie chart looks crazy. Yeah, that's right. I made pie charts too. This is practically a video essay. I don't know why the sliver for 6 appearances, the teal one, doesn't have a label. I tried to add one. These shuffles did have a few occurrences of the same artist played back to back, but nothing too egregious. I wrote a bunch of other statistics down on this Google Doc, but they're kind of boring, so I'm not going to mention them. On to the next playlist. As mentioned previously, the second playlist had an even split of songs between 10 artists, and there were actually 100 songs this time. Groundbreaking, I know. 28 songs showed up once, 27 showed up twice, 14 appeared thrice, 4 came up 4 times, and 2 showed up 5 times, those being Shoegazer by Beach Bunny and The Bidding by Tally Hall. A whopping quarter of songs didn't show up at all. 25%. How can Spotify let this slide? It's kind of fucked up if you ask me. If you can't tell, this is the highest amount of songs throughout the experiment to not show up. Also, Spotify was hardcore beefing with Will Wood, one of the artists on the playlist, because out of his 10 songs on there, it only played 5, and of the 5 it actually played, only 1 appeared more than once. Aside from that absolute scam, let's get on to the final experiment. Again, the final playlist was divided evenly between 10 albums. This was definitely the best split. It had 33 songs show up once, 28 appeared twice, 13 showed up 3 times, 3 appeared 4 times, and 4 were present 5 times. In terms of percent of songs that don't show up, this is the same as the first experiment, but it doesn't have the insanity of Catabolic Seed showing up 6 times. Just look at that pie chart. Whoa. So after I was done with all that, I thought, wait, I have nothing to compare this to. What if this is an average distribution of random numbers? So I might have created a control. I used a random number generator to give me 150 random numbers between 1 and 100. I structured it like the previous experiments. If a number repeated within its group of 10, I deleted it and re-rolled. This left me with 28 numbers showing up 1 time, 36 showing up twice, 12 showing up 3 times, 1 appearing 4 times, and 2 coming up 5 times. When I saw this and how close it was to the actual results, I was kind of dejected. I was expecting some crazy discrepancy between my sets of results. Experiment 2 even had less songs making 0 appearances than the control, but I wasn't going to be deterred. If these were the results, I was going to report them. I just need to do research on what the Spotify Shuffle algorithm actually does. And then I didn't for 6 months. I even started and finished a whole other video in the interim. That's the trees video. But today, I finally decided, of my own free will, and not because I was procrastinating something else, that I was gonna finish this bitch. So I did my research and I discovered something. There was a way to disable this algorithm and return to purely random shuffles. It's been a while since I wrote this script and I've been using this purely random shuffle, and it's honestly amazing. I knew what I had to do. I had to run the experiments again with this auto mix thing off, and holy shit, the results of this were beautiful. Not only were they incredibly consistent between trials, but they also had the most songs showing up of any trial, and they didn't have any song play on 6 separate occasions. For these new experiments, I shuffled the same 3 playlists again with this feature off. For the first playlist, 38 songs played once, 19 played twice, 14 showed up 3 times, 8 showed up 4 times, none appeared 5 or 6 times. Whoa. Only 18 songs didn't show up. This was a record at this point, so I kept going. With the second playlist, I got 19 songs showing up once, 30 came around to say hi twice, 9 gave me a kiss on the mouth, played 3 times, 3 songs appeared 4 times, 2 showed up 5 times, only 17 didn't show up.
Folks, we've never seen a number this low. Can they keep it up?
No. The final playlist wasn't bad, but the number of unplayed songs did go back up to 18. 39 played once, 25 played twice, 12 played thrice, 5 showed up and shook my hand 4 times, and 1 song came to my house in the middle of the night 5 separate times. Sure, I answered the door, but what am I talking about? The numbers themselves weren't what really shocked me here. It was the consistency that they had, which blew me off my feet. So what can we learn from this? The way to get the best distribution of songs is to have an even amount of songs per album on each playlist. But who the fuck is gonna do that? Just turn off the auto mix. To do that on the mobile app, go to the in-app settings, click playback, and turn that bitch off. On desktop, it's in your profile under settings. Now go. With the ability to listen to songs you've never heard on your playlist. Be free! See ya. So how does the Spotify Shuffle algorithm start over. So after listening to a song from one artist, you won't hear another from the same artist until about 20 to 30%. I'm going to start this over. Intentionally picking only songs that match each other means maybe read through it first so that you know what you're saying. This video will briefly touch on the results of the What are the actual I guess I said it right. I don't know. Ignoring my mistake though, this playlist included 97 songs by 37. Girl, can you read? On to the next playlist. On to the next playlist. I don't know which one I'm going to use. As mentioned previously, the second had an even split of songs between 10 artists. As mentioned previously, the second had an... I'm gonna... 4 came up 4 times. Okay. Wait, I have nothing to compare this to. What if this is an average... Wait, I have nothing to compare this to. What if this is an I was expecting some crazy discrepancy between my set... I was expecting some Where was I? And holy shit, the results of this were 30 songs. Wait, huh? What the fuck did I write? Okay. Now go.